All right. Welcome back to Bring the Juice. We give you a great episode today with one of the juice originators, James Bailey. James, long time coming. Welcome to the pod. Welcome back to Fresno.
Well, thanks, Frank. How you doing?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
First we gonna rock, then we gonna fold, then we let it pop, don't let it go.
James, let's just start where we're, from the very beginning of our relationship. Came in together at Fresno State. We rushed Kai together.
Absolutely.
And then we became roommates at the Brick House together for our tenure of college.
Yes.
Let's just start off with like the dynamic of a great college house. Okay. And I think it's something, I don't care if you played football, you're a frat boy, you're chess club, just a nerd. Everybody lives somewhere, but I think most male college houses are very similar.
Oh, absolutely. I 100% agree. I think the made us special for our dynamic was we have a white receiver, we have a tight end, and then we had a defensive guy who was black. We had a very different dynamic, but in the day, we had the same goal. It was like to make sure we're respectful, have fun, and be rowdy when it's appropriate.
I always say that, especially with like younger brothers on the team. There's a time to work and a time to have fun, and the sooner you could separate yourself from the two, like it's great. I think we have such good relationships still with all the coaching staff, and guys we played with because, we like to party, but at the same time, guess what? Our group, who was quote unquote the guys who like to throw down, were the same guys who were getting in extra work every day after practice. The ones who were initiating players to go in on Saturdays to get that treatment,
Get the extra
and
work.
little Saturday beach body workout in. Like, it's good to have people that know both, because I do think there is this type of balance that you need when it comes to being a high level athlete. Obviously, you need to be locked in, and there's certain times a year where you can't be bullshitting, but there's some times a year where you are an 18 to 22-year-old kid, and it's okay to have a little bit of fun.
Oh, 100%.
Okay to have a little bit.
Oh, I agree. No, I truly do. I think there's times like the thing that I like the most, like we would reel each other in, but hey, dude, like you need to lock in. Like it's time for us to.
Oh, accountability was high.
Yeah, accountability was super high. So that's something that like I don't see much from a lot of people. I think the fact that we could just be 100%, keep it real with each other, and be like, hey, James, lock in, dude. I'm like, yeah, Frank, I got you. Like, okay, we got this. We got a tough Wednesday run.
Yeah, right.
And we need each other's back.
Hydrate up.
Yeah, exactly.
We actually hit a point, our house, which I want to dive deeper into the college house lifestyle, but we hit a point where we went through a huge beer die stage. People who don't know beer die, shout out Die is Life. It's a game. It's like our generations of beer pong to our older folks. But essentially, there's a cup on each corner, toss the die up. There's a scoring system. It is good for athleticism, I like to say. Yep. But there was a point where we just loved playing the game, and we knew we couldn't drink because we were locked in for football. And we actually would come home, fill our cups up with cold water, and play beer die. It'd be water die, just because we wanted to get active with the boys and have that atmosphere. Yet we were hydrating for practice the next day. Not oh, you're hydrating with
actually
Aquafina.
It was Aquafina.
Kasani. Like
the BS.
Like really were like,
Gotcha.
and I do like how you said the accountability factor, because there's I have friends in my life where it's whatever, but then like we have a good friend group of guys who we played with to where it's okay to call each other out on your shit every once in a while, bro.
100%.
You need that guy in your life who'll be like, hey, bro, I'm not here to cause a scene necessarily,
Right.
but hey, bring it in.
Hey, lock it.
Bring it. Hey, lock it up.
Hey,
Lock it up.
lock it, Doc.
So let's go college houses. What do you think are some traits that every college house, regardless of football, non-football, etc., has in common?
You got somebody who's the leader, who starts the plan. Like, hey, he initiates it all. You got someone who's an initiator. You got your one guy who's super rowdy. You got your guy who likes the Irish goodbye. And and you just got someone who's like just ride or dies. No, at the end of the day, I
feel like you're just describing our roommates.
Know what you're talking about right there. Absolutely. I feel like everyone has like, just kind of drifts off to the thing. But like at the end of the day, we go hard together and we want to make sure everyone's having a good time, make sure we're having a good time. We check in on each other, make sure everyone's safe. And towards the end of the night, it's lock it in.
I think the kitchen of a male's college roommate's house is like a war zone, bro.
It's pretty nasty.
Because, okay, let's just go through our like personal situations, which I thought may have been just us, but then we see other friends going through these things too. And then I see my brothers going through these things. Really, one of the biggest are we friends or not moments is how you handle your kitchen together. Because, bro, somebody eats your chicken, somebody eats your leftovers, somebody eats this, that, and the other. You're on a college budget, which we didn't have NIL, baby.
No, we
You
didn't.
had your check
tough.
was
We're skipping by at times, man.
your check was, you had to live off a couple $100 a month, and it's like it got a little scarce at the end of those months sometimes.
Yeah.
So I think both not eating each other's food, maybe having to eat a little heavy on like the what's some desert meals? Little top ramen's for sure number one.
Probably less than that.
Yeah.
Top ramen, anything that was canned, like tuna or something, like
SpaghettiOs or something. I don't know.
spam, dude. Like we were.
Oh, bro, the spam was
We
disgusting.
went through a spam,
I can't do this.
and that was tough.
Uti was the spam guy, bro.
It
Uti
was
thinks
tough.
spam and eggs.
It was tough though. But I think like with the food wise, no, we didn't have like I've seen guys and I also seen like girls in college that had like sections off of their names, this.
And then you're just doing
Now
too
your
much.
dice it's too much, and if you actually take something or you do on purpose, like it's so big. But for us, we did not have labels. We just said
No,
or sections. We're like, hey, I got food.
that's not my shit. Yeah.
yeah, but it's not my shit. But you touch it, okay, just give me back later. That's what it came down to.
Right.
And we did. We were like, hey, I ate
We
you.
tried to even it out best we could.
Exactly. So that's what it came down to. Most college, I think if you guys picking roommates is hard because you don't know the dynamics of everyone.
You don't know how everybody.
Yeah,
you might be good friends in the locker room and in school, and then you live with them. You might hate that motherfucker a couple weeks.
This dude's dirty and fuck this guy. Like I can't have a conversation. But I think the fact that like you play together, you're in the locker room together, and then outside, okay, if we have the good little,
Right.
social cues, then hey, you want to be roommates? And that's all it came
Right.
down to.
And we weren't all position groups, so we weren't all the same position groups. So it was nice. I do think dishes was also a tough one.
Yeah.
Like there, I think the closest we all ever came to wanting to kill each other was for sure dishes because, you're in college, bro. You just finished living at home, and like we all have pretty decent folks. I'm gonna say me and James both have our mom and dads named Lisa and Brian. One of our fun facts from learning each other's lives, but like. Bro, you put one dish in the sink. Oh, it's just one. It's fine. Next guy sees you put one in. Oh, it's
So it's 1, 2.
Bro, we had some.
Hey, if you got that one roommate, scoop for him and his lady. They put 2 in.
Oh,
It's stacking up.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, hey,
What-
whose fault is this?
well, then you switch. But then the mindset switches of, I'm not cleaning his shit.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I'm not doing it. And then one day somebody gets pissed and just cleans the whole fucking thing.
And
yeah, that
don't say nothing about it.
They either don't say nothing or they go, hey, I just cleaned all our shit. Don't let it happen again.
Oh,
And you're like,
you can't hold against them because you're like, hey, I'm a little petty about it. I'm just like, I did it. Next time it happens again, I ain't doing it.
No. The brick house, our house, a nice little spot off of beautiful Ashland and Blackstone. Our watering hole, the Brig. It is a spot that I'll never forget for sure. But
Absolutely.
dude, that was a dirty house.
It was dirty.
I had a pet pig in college, Peter Parker.
Dog with Peter and didn't stay long.
Dude, it was just bad.
It was bad.
I'll never forget I was at practice. Our landlord said we weren't allowed to get a dog or a cat, so I got a fucking pig as a loophole. I bought it off Craigslist for like $200. They said it was a micro pig. We got it. He was so cute the first couple.
Oh yeah, it
of
was
days.
super cute for like
Super cute.
Super cute.
I thought it was gonna die because our house was made out of actual brick from like General Custard in 1905, and we straight up raised this thing, and like it was pretty okay. Sometimes it was definitely like a hot commodity for like when people came.
Oh yeah, dude, you have a pig.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was bad.
What the fuck?
Like holy
And
shit.
and then I'll never forget. We came home from practice one day. It was like came home at 11, had meetings again at like 3 or something, and I come home. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? It stinks in here. And pigs can eat like 10 times their body weight. I didn't know this at the time. I thought I was like some Google bullshit.
Mhm.
So I come home. I have 2 separate stories here. One of them, I was grocery shopping and I left a bag of apples on my desk in my room, bro. Bag of apples, like probably 15 apples, bro. And I get in my room, nothing looks crazy. Peter Parker's in the corner, and this dude looks like a barrel. And I'm like, what? He's burping. He's like, and I look and the apple fucking bag is empty, and I go, I'm like, motherfucker. And he's like, so I'm kicking his ass outside. He goes outside, just starts shitting like a fucking,
Dude, it was
like a fucking Tootsie Roll machine. It was disgusting, bro. That's one story. At least he made it outside on that one. Dude was a barrel though, like little ass, toothpick legs, the barrel. Second one, same scenario. I put my groceries in the room. I don't know why I just put them fucking away. Probably because my roommates were petty assholes. They ate all my shit. But I don't know why. I was trying to gain weight in college to, for football. And I bought this box of Cheez-Its. They were Tabasco flavored Cheez-Its.
Dude, I remember that one.
Gas. Delicious.
Yeah.
And I would always get like the family size. Come home from practice. Peter Parker looks normal in the corner. All I see is a giant ass red box on the floor, empty. And I look at Peter, and it takes me 4 seconds to process. And I look at him, and he's like got that same barrel. And his eyes are like this big, like the Tabasco is really starting to hit him in the face. And I go, God damn it, Peter. And I go to like shoo him outside because I think he's gonna shit his pants like he did with the apples. The dude does like a Michael Jackson moonwalk and throwing up orange Tabasco smelling lava.
Dude, you're
like, I called our receiver coach, shout out Kirby Moore, and I was like, and I'm like the most never be late for shit type dude in the world. Facts. And I was like, dude, I said, hey man, I'm gonna make meetings still, but I don't know if I'm gonna be there early like I want to meet you right now because my pig just puked up a family size pouch of Cheez-It Tabasco flavors, and I don't know what to do. How do you clean this shit up? I've seen when like dogs puke or my little brother would puke. Shout out Joe. And I would like watch my mom clean it up growing up as a kid, and you get a little Clorox or some of that white shit, and like you put some paper towels on it. Like, all right, let's not walk over there for a little bit. This, I'm not kidding. You could fill at least 3 5-gallon buckets worth.
It was not okay.
It was disgusting.
Terrible.
It was like orange lava, at least like a 6 foot by 6 foot area.
That stain in your bathroom or in your bedroom was so foul.
I'd carpet. I mean, this house was so old. It was just disgusting. Football players have been living there before us for a long time. Like, this shit was nasty. And yeah, man, having a pig in college was cool and all, but those were a few low moments.
Well, let me ask you this, Frank. So when you were living at the brick house,
yeah,
that bathroom, which was worse, the bathroom or Peter's vomit or shit that was throughout?
They're both disgusting, but like we had this roommate. His name's Kyle Hendrickson. Shout out the brick house. But so happy for Kyle Hendrickson. There's a lot of things we can't say that happened.
Bad.
But like, dude, we couldn't. Like Kyle had a really, really like one of the best beards I've ever seen in my life at like 19 years old.
Yes.
Huge, could shave it and grow it back really quickly. It was full. He could do all these cool shapes. But he's a hairy guy overall. And like me and him shared a bathroom, and it was just similar to the kitchen, man. Like accountability just went down because I would have it clean or he'd have it clean and it'd be a quick shave. And you just be like, oh, no problem. Like, oh yeah, I'll just clean that up real quick. But then you get a little bit too much and you're like, you know what, man, what am I cleaning up another grown man's hair? Like, fuck that guy. I'm going to shave this shit. And obviously, neither of us folded, and it got bad.
Yeah, hectic.
It got really bad. And again, this bathroom was probably made in 1957. Like, at least
it's so
multiple families have been raised in this house. And I point,
it
was bad. So all that to say, the brick house was a great spot. But a dirty spot. A lot of dip cans, a lot of dip cups.
A lot of beer smash.
A lot of beers. Yeah. But all in all, like, great college house.
Great college house. I'm telling you, like, that's why I always came back. I would just go to Texas and I'd come back and I would immediately want to come back to Fresno just to see everyone. And like, people be like, oh, like, why do you want to go back? It's like, y'all understand, man. Like, goes to my brothers. We went through
A lot.
111 season, and then we changed it around. And so for me, I just want to be back something that was just like family to me. And so, yeah, the Brick House was home for 3 years for us, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring it. You brought up that 1-11 season. Let's transition to that 1-11 season to let's talk about 1-11 and how it transitioned to 10-4. 1-11. Tough, man.
Yeah.
I've talked about it with dudes on the pod. Tough.
Dude, we got voted the worst football team in college football history. Like you could Google
No, not history. That year.
Frankie,
Put some respect on our 1-11.
Still there? No, Frankie. I promise you, dude. You can literally look that up. And
Was that bad?
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Dude, what's shitty is
We weren't getting blown out. We weren't getting blown out. We were
should have won.
lost by like a touchdown or like a field goal. We were getting blown out. That's what pissed me off.
It just kept getting more and more depressing, though.
Yes. Oh,
I'll never forget the night. There's a few of the nights I'll never forget. I'll never forget Utah State night.
oh, dude.
We were roommates. First of all, that game didn't kick off till like 8 p.m. And pregame, I remember we're doing wide receiver drills. We're at Utah State. Cold as shit out there. And there's a couple of these Mormon dudes in the stands are yelling at DeRuiter like, how's it feel to coach your last game? And I'm like,
I was like, how do you know this?
what? It was an okay game. Special teams lost us that game. And long story short, I just remember we kicked off at 8 p.m. and we got home at like 4 in the morning.
And we got a text.
Like 8 a.m.
8 a.m.
Team meeting, 9 a.m. And I'm doing the math in my head as we're driving from the Brick House to the team meeting. And I'm like, dude, we just landed like 4 hours ago. This is not healthy at this point.
Oh, yeah, no.
And I just remember sitting there and like, obviously something's up. But for me and you, like, that was my first time I've ever seen a coach get fired in real life. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I've never been a part of something like that. So we sit down in the room, in team room meeting, everyone's got their spot. So we're sitting there and it's quiet. You know something's happening. Sure enough, I appreciate Tim DeRuiter. People talk shit on Tim DeRuiter. You know what? Dude gave me an opportunity to play college football.
Same.
Not going to talk shit. I think he's a good man. I think he had a good run. Man won Mountain West championships. I'm going to leave it at that, okay?
Yes.
I'm going to leave it at
that, but I
I'm
got
going to leave it at that, okay? Walks in with, what's happening when he comes in with no logos on his shirt.
Oh, yeah. There's no.
Just a black hoodie, like a black quarter zip.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Just Nike.
oh, okay.
Nike.
I'm like, all right, so, we're not going to rock the dog sit. You're the head coach for us. You just chose not to pull that one out of the closet.
Luckies.
And, yeah, man, he just said, well, it's a business. Didn't get a job done. Love y'all. You got my number. Keep in touch. That was it.
Yeah.
And that season just continued on. I remember the interim coaches, they really bought in. That was a crazy year, man.
Frank.
Dude, I don't know, man. It was a crazy year. It's a crazy year.
I don't.
We got creative though.
They took our names away from us, Frank.
Okay, well, let's go through.
not okay,
let's go through the evolutions. Like, yes, it was tough. It was tough. And the hardest part about talking about it is we won after, so it's okay to talk about it. I feel like.
Oh, 100%.
That team was still like they had some really talented players on it, and we worked our ass off.
Yeah, it wasn't like we were just bad. No, we did everything we could.
No, and like I remember the Air Force game, it was
Close game.
Dude, close game. Like we were fucking in it. We trained our ass off that week. Everyone was so locked in,
You
and
know what it was? I'll never forget because on the sideline we go, oh, we knocked out their starting quarterback. Their backup's terrible. Their backup came and rushed for 250.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay?
Dog.
So no, he was legit, and like we just didn't know that. We were dialed in, like we should have had that game won, but we lost, and that was it. That was kind of it was tough and it hurt.
I remember that one because we were like, okay, we're kind of bullshit. We locked in so hard that week, even though we were locked in all the other games, and it was just like, fuck, man. The way we lost was so depressing. And then Hawaii blocked field goal with like the 6'10" guy.
Yeah.
Nevada, first and goal on the 4, couldn't get it in. What else?
Oh no, we go to Colorado State.
Dude, Colorado State. We get to the stadium and
That's the no name.
they take the names off the back of your jerseys, not like nicely. They put a Post-it note over the top of that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck's this shit? They're like, the message was you play for the name on the front, not the name on the back. And I'm like, I get that, but it's kind of a weird thing to do.
We're not Notre Dame. I'm not USC.
It was weird. And then they started putting towels over the mirrors, and I was like, I don't understand. Like, whatever, I get it, but like, I don't understand.
What was the shirt that they got?
Okay. I love Eric Kisa.
I love Eric Kisa.
I love Eric.
What was that shirt though?
Okay, so we had this night. I loved this shit. I live for this shit. I'm bought in, if you can't tell. We get these shirts on Friday night. I forget who we were playing. It might have been Colorado
It
State.
was Colorado State, dude. It was.
But normally you get it like a team loop. So you got to wear a certain polo, a certain shirt, shorts. Like you want to be looking like your uniform team. And instead we get these t-shirts. The offense does. The whole team get them?
No, it was offense.
Offense got them.
That's why I was laughing.
It's a red t-shirt. It's probably in this closet.
It probably is.
In like Times New Roman font, it says the numbers 678.
Random number.
Nobody has no idea what the fuck this means. Nobody has any idea what this means. There was no like real message or meeting. It was like, what would you do if you knew you were going to win? Like, what would it take to know that you would for sure win? And it's like, okay, I don't really, anything it takes goes, like whatever, like we're bought in. I'm all in. I'd die. But he said, if I told you you would take 678 steps and you'd win this football game, what would you do? And everyone's like, I'd count all my steps. Exactly, you count all your steps. And you're like, yeah. And like, dude, no hate at all.
No,
it was just a long circle. It wasn't like, it's on like, we also had shirts that said all in.
That's true. So what is
Dude, the motivational stories we tried.
678?
We had a guy tried to hypnotize us that one time.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
We had a guy come in, try to hypnotize us into winning football games. That was kind of the foul.
So this is what
that was crazy.
Is that just comes down to coaching, or is that because Frank? A year later, we lost a couple good players.
Yeah,
good players, and then we had a completely new staff. Jeff Tefford came in and brought his own guys in, and then what happened with 10-4?
10-4.
So, but with the same guys, it wasn't like besides a couple starting dudes, we lost. That was it. So, is that poor coaching from 111, or is that like we're not locked in, or like, what is it?
I think I do truly think it's a combination of the trifecta between. I do think we had bad luck. Mm-hmm. I do think there's luck in football games, and we had bad luck. We were up on Tulsa 31-0 at halftime. 31-0 at halftime. Guys were texting their families like, "Yo, what's the plan after the game?" How often does Fresno State get a home game? We had like a noon kickoff.
I'm sorry, dude.
We had like a noon kickoff. The game was over and it was still sunny, like more than sunny out.
Dude, we're done. Like
31-0. We're up at halftime. Mm-hmm. You could ask Justin on this. I said, "Yo, people are way too lax right now." I said something's bad. I didn't want to say something bad's gonna happen, but I knew shit stank. We lost in 2 overtimes.
Yeah.
2 overtimes?
Yeah.
Fuck, man. Dude. Like, there was shit that happened that year in the training session that year. I mean, I don't have enough time today to talk about the Tommy Stallworth.
That's a part 2 because I'd
love to start a Netflix documentary called The Tommy Stallworth Era of Fresno State.
Absolutely.
I think you would go do numbers.
It would. Just no one would believe it.
But also, he's not like
great guy. I love
great guy. Great guy. I love that shit. I love that Navy SEAL shit. And the dude's had a job in the NFL for what? 6 years now? 5 years?
Well, Frank, you know his motto, dude. I will find another job.
He will find another job.
He did. And he's been with the Falcons for a hot minute, dude. So
shout out to those guys.
I think he just didn't know.
I don't know, bro. It's hard.
Because he had a group of guys that he loved. He understood. Because we grinded. We didn't care. And so some other people, I'm not going to shout out the names, but just could not handle Tommy Stallworth, and which was tough. I will say, because he's
different. He's different. Yeah. He's different breed. Easily probably the hardest summer we ever went through.
Yeah.
Like enough to where when we got our new strength and conditioning coach, shout out to Andrew Ward, like we had this thing, I'll just give a snippet of it. Like we had to have our left knee down. Everyone had the same shoes, same socks, same shorts, same shirts, shirts tucked in, no piercings, no bracelets. Like not even like when I say jewelry, like not even this, like nothing. And if you yawned, 15 up downs
on the spot.
On the spot,
yeah.
And we'd have the workouts would be so fucking hard. Some great players, Chad Olson, would quit mid workout. Like, no, fuck this. I'm not playing college football, and they just done. They quit. They never played football again. But this thing, and like one other thing was he was huge on tug of wars.
Oh, so he loved that.
But it'd be like you'd be having a normal Tuesday lift, squat, power clean, reverse lunge, some sort of hamstring shit. He'd blow a whistle, and there at all times there'd be a tug of war rope in the middle of the gym. He'd blow a whistle and just call out 2 names, and you had to just go.
Just go at
He'd
it.
say, "Fight," and you'd have to just go, and he'd make you. And sometimes you have to go again and again and again. And sometimes you get ragdolled, but you had to fight.
So fight. If you showed no fight, that's when he would get pissed.
Yeah.
If you're fine, you lost, he's okay with it. You fought. But as soon as you give any effort of incline of like, oh, I'm just going to give in because it's unfair. We had, shout out to Aaron Mitchell. He went against 5 specialists against him. It was a fight, and he won, but still, it was a fight. So it's not fair.
It's really, that was a hard summer. Mentally, like you hit a different level.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I do think that our 1-11 season was caused off of that. There was a sense of bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a sense of leadership, both up top, from the coaching perspective. I think there was a disconnect from like the head coach to the OCs to those position groups to the players, DCs, as well as we went through a lot of quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What did we go through? 4 or 5 quarterbacks?
Yeah,
It's hard to get in a rhythm that way.
that's true.
Also, the Mountain West was relatively good.
Tough, yeah, that's true.
I just baby barfed.
That was so good.
Ew. And then lack execution.
Yeah.
Lack execution, bro.
Well, that's what I tell everyone. Like who's one of the hardest people you played? I was like, Kareem Hunt. And they're like, you played against Kareem Hunt? I said, yeah. I was like, we did not. Yeah, I said, we did not game plan for them at all because all they saw was the whack or not in the MAC. The MAC.
The MAC.
Or the MAC. So it was the MAC, and that our coach was like, oh, it's just MAC. Don't worry about them. They just got an okay running back and an okay quarterback. No. It was Kareem Hunt. Dude, that was the hardest running back besides Bama's guy, Bo Scarborough. That was the hardest running back I've ever tackled.
Bro, we went. First of all, Toledo is probably the most depressing place I've ever been in my life.
Absolutely.
No, we show up.
Absolutely.
I feel like we were in a movie.
It was sad, dude.
I feel like I was in fucking Peaky Blinders. It was so depressing. And I remember we were on the buses and there's no human beings. There's no cars on the road, no kid. I feel like I was in the Interview movie where it's that's a fake fat kid. Like there was fake grocery stores.
Yeah.
Nobody was outside. And I'm like, this is kind of weird. The hotel, weird, boring. And it's not like we get to go out of the hotel and socialize, but I always like on the away games, I like to like look out the window. Hey, I've never been to this part of the world before. Like, what's this about?
Yeah.
I was like, I will never fucking go to this.
Yeah, it was
Ghost Town.
It was like the Twilight Zone.
Stadium was weird.
Yeah.
Away team locker room might have been the shittiest, top 3 shittiest of all time.
Yeah, it's up there.
We were on top of each other, naked asses on top of dudes. Bad. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. It was a hard little deal.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was tough.
But so 1-11 happens. It was a hard season. I think anybody who was on that team that year, though, starting in winter workouts, it was, hey man, maybe I'm not a leader, maybe I don't play as much, maybe I don't do this other. Everybody communally was like, listen, if you were on that team last year,
we need to fix this.
We're not letting this shit happen again.
Yeah, so we got to fix this shit.
Yeah,
I remember that.
It was a big day of like, hey, I don't care. Fuck starting position, fuck all that. There's a standard.
Yes.
And you know what? Jeff Tedford was the perfect guy for the job, especially at that time, where he understood how special Fresno State is and how there is a pride and tradition. But there is a different standard.
Yes.
The standard here is different than it is at UNLV and Nevada and San Jose State.
Yes.
If we don't win the fucking Mountain West, we're pissed. That's it.
Yeah, no.
If they make a bowl game, they're happy.
That's cool. That's
the right and car. Us at Boise, that is the standard.
Yeah.
It
is.
I'll throw San Diego in there, but I don't even think of them anymore. I don't think they got the tradition.
Once Rocky Long left,
that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's tradition. They got a new stadium now. Yeah. It's not the whatever. I think I'm gonna forgive
us and Boise.
I'm gonna give my flowers to Boise here out of real out of respect. Like, no, there's a different standard here. Yeah. It just is.
No, I agree with that.
So when Tedford comes in and the mantra, I think he came in with a group full of already super hungry to succeed players.
Yeah.
And he was the guy who was like, okay, I see I got some dogs. I'm going to go let them eat, right?
And but the thing was, this one I was, because I was to my parents, like, what was different about Tedford? Dude, you remember that giant packet he gave us? He goes, what needs to be fixed, basically?
Yeah.
And dude, I filled it out, and he read every single body's,
I know.
everyone's packet, and change that needed to be changed. He did it. And that's when I knew. I was like, okay, this guy's not a liar.
Right.
The guy comes in and goes, oh, we'll get it done. No, this dude got it done for us. So that's something that was very big for me, that I was like, I'm not going to leave. I'm not going to transfer. I'm going to stay here. And I'm bought in.
No, then that season just became special, man. I mean, we had a very hard run. Obviously, starting off 1-11 the year prior, and then you go in and you're two out of our top three opponents that season. Two of our first three
playoffs
games
last year
it was Alabama and Washington. They were ranked number 1 and number 3. Bama won that natty, and Washington was fucking good.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we hit a point where it's like, dude, we lost those games. I think 1-11 and playing Washington and Bama when they were that highly ranked and that hyped propelled Fresno State's football program to the success of the 10-4 and 12-2 seasons.
Well, yes, I do agree with that. Dude, I remember just walking off the field, and it wasn't like our heads were down or anything, but I just remember it's like, yeah, we're not that bad. Like,
no. It was like, hey, we can hang.
Good. We're not 1-11. We're
No. We're gonna get respected this year.
Yeah, and so we came off the field feeling like that, and then we went on this one on a roll.
For the San Diego State game.
That San Diego State game, dude. Josh Hokett, dude.
Because we were still kind of like,
rock.
well, we were like, hey, are we good?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
This would be the
lost to Bama.
moment for us. Was
Stanford, Christian McCaffrey, Stanford lost to San Diego State.
that was with Rashad Penny? Was that the year?
I don't know if it was Rashad Penny or not.
I think it was Rashad. So they had two dynamic running backs.
So yeah, it was Chris. Was it Chris Carson and Rashad Penny? I don't know, but San Diego State was the hot. They just beat Stanford, and I remember we were not supposed to win that game, and like, dude, we were talking about get your piss hot, bro. We came in. That's when the white blue column came to life.
That was true.
Tedford came in. We were playing at Qualcomm. Andy Ward got us fired up that game in the pregame. We come in, fucking shout out heavyweight Bellator Josh motherfucking Hokey.
Hey, way to run the rock, dude.
That was wild. Everyone made some plays. I remember opening kickoff, dudes were sticking
people. Dude.
Sticking people.
Rashad Penny, I think he's with Seattle, maybe not.
He's coach now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. But he had everyone, all those
I just remember he was in the returner, dude, and Mike Bell coming down and light his ass up. And dude, he did not take another kickoff return.
No.
And
you looked and
she was like, hey, we got his ass to quit.
No, they were like he you could tell that it was like, whoa, real quick. And then Hogan started coming downhill, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I just remember Andy Ward also getting in trouble on the sidelines for getting the whole teams. We started swaying because that stadium Qualcomm was so hard to play at. You couldn't hear anything.
Can't.
It's like it was weird. It was so weird.
College
and in San Diego State, I don't know why they get so hyped up for how good of a football environment they are. No. Did you ever? Still,
I haven't seen the new. I haven't gone down. I'm
not impressive.
I've heard it's not that great.
It's not that great. I would not put it in the top. I'd say we're 1. Boise's probably
Boise's
2.
UNLV number 3.
They're at Allegiant now. I don't know. I haven't been to Allegiant.
Oh, yeah, Ben?
For UNLV.
Oh, okay.
Wyoming's up there.
Oh, dude, I put Wyoming number 2.
You got 2 Utah State's up there. Fucking Air Force is up there.
Oh, dude, actually, yeah, Air Force up there for sure.
My point being, I don't think San Diego State's top 6. I don't think they're in the top half.
No.
I don't know. I have to do some. Colorado State's kind of lit. The cannon?
That's true.
That cannon was wild.
Dude, even Reno is pretty. Dude, they get rowdy.
Reno's got a cannon.
They get rowdy, though.
Yeah, that was
up
big
there. They're pretty up there. So,
anyways, long story short, I think, just all this being said to say that sometimes there must be darkness before there is light.
Yeah.
And I think we definitely we learned a lot about manhood and just how shit goes in life because of those football experiences. Yeah. And I'm glad we went 1-11.
Oh, dude, that was my favorite year. As crazy as that sounds, 1-11 really, like, for, like you said, manhood and just like bonding with everyone on the team.
It was
so like that offseason was so strong, and I was like, that made us to be 10-4, 12-2.
Yeah, and then the 10-4 was like, oh, good job, guys. Like nobody thought we'd be in that championship.
No, not at all.
Obviously, we took pride of in the Hawaii Bowl and whatnot to get that double-digit win season.
Absolutely.
But even that in between the 10-4 and 12-2 season, it's like it was pretty much the same guys. Like it was a bulk of the same guys. We lost a few key dudes.
Yeah. There's a lot of people to step up, but like overall, it was.
So like the mindset was like job's not finished. Straight stone cold Kobe. There were so many dudes that you didn't even be like, who's your leader? It's like, nah, bro. Everybody has it. Everyone has a few dudes in the room that's still accountable of like, there's a standard, and we did not win that championship. So like, we have to get this shit done.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, yes, it fucking worked out, man. It's fun.
Yeah, that's true.
So when you finished playing ball, you knew, hey, I want to stay involved in the game.
Yeah.
It's so hard to grow as a coach in just football in general, man. Like
it's like a tough business, too.
Tell our viewers, like, I don't think they realize the position of like the GA and the GA going to the next step and this, like, because even Nick Saban was a GA. Mm-hmm. Like, talk about the GA life and the trickle of it.
Dude, the GA life is a life that it's tough because you're working hours. Like, yes, you're working coaching hours, but also you're not getting paid like a coach. You also got to go to school.
Right.
You also got to maintain a 3.0 GPA with all the multiple classes you're taking, plus working for. So at some places, I was a GA for. I was a linebackers coach and the GA, and so I had to do linebacker work, class work, and everything. Like I didn't have every day was constant. Was just working, and so it's tough, dude. Now I don't know how it is now. I don't know if the stipend is different or not, but like the stipend, dude, was not making money.
Right,
it was check to check, and that was it. And if I could somehow make a part-time job, I would do it on the side if I could. Any side hustle, try to do it. But it was just so football. But you don't get the satisfaction of being the position coach, though, even though you run some meetings here and there.
Right. But it's such a, like, I don't think people realize, okay, in the college football film room, which in high school football, you know, depending on the school you go to, like, I didn't have film for a couple of years. Like, Memorial just didn't. We didn't. We had TV. We had like Saturday morning film where we rewatched the game. But now they do have sideline shit and all that.
It's something like, dude, middle of the play, you go to silent, like, yo, check this. You missed this gap here. Okay, I'll fix it.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's wild.
But now it's like, I don't think people understand like how many cards, how many scout team schemes, how many, like, you're watching the other team's offense like crazy. Like to the point where on Saturdays when your starting defense is out there, the GAs damn near know it better than everybody because they've been watching it and being like, okay, in 3rd and 5, they do this. They draw it up on a card. Hit this slot has the option to break in, break out, or go up. This is when they decide what to do. The quarterback reads this. Like, it's so fucking complex. It's insane.
So basically, say it's first week of the season. It's Sunday. Everyone's like, all right, well, this is the week, practice week. And we're playing, say, USC. So we break down everything about them that Sunday. So you're there till 10 to 10, say that. Like, you're there for 12 hours, basically. Monday, we break down. Hey, we're working first and second down. So that Sunday, say there's 3 GAs. One GA is doing first and second down runs. Another GA is doing first and down passes. And then the third GA is working on the next project of third down or whatever it is. And so, dude, you're just breaking it down to piece by piece. That, like, so card-wise, you making scripts for your position coach. You're also making a highlight tape of, like, hey, this is their heavy runs here. This is their heavy passes. So you're working that and then it's Thursday. And finally, like, dude, I can finally breathe because we have all of it. So we don't have to make any more cards. We don't have to do anything else. Like, I actually get to breathe and watch, understand, just like hang out and see what's going on at practice. And then at practice, you are running scout team.
Right.
Not the best always because you got to get 2 to 3 different position groups and you're running, get everyone situated. And they're not running the card the card right, you're getting yelled at from the DC, and I'm the head coach. It's like, why are we getting the look we're getting here? This is on you. And you're like, hey, man, I showed like, I'm trying my best. Not good.
Sharpie it that way.
He's like, I'm like, this is red, this is blue. And like, so you got to have this. So once you finally get a flow as a GA, you're like, okay, I know what I'm doing. It's pretty smooth. There's some schools use iPads. There's some schools I've seen use the Jumbotron for their cards. There's at Fresno State, we drew our cards handmade.
Pretty.
We'd have our binder. We'd be like, all right, play one. Down. Walk over group two. Hey, group two is next play. So we'll do a timer. And dude, like I said, it's just being a GA is not meant for everyone. It's a tough life.
Yeah.
Especially for people who like, I would say if you're going to be a GA, you want to be like, start now. Because
the earlier you start.
The earlier is like, dude, yeah, the earlier is to start, because if you have a wife, family, dude, you can't live off that.
No, it's not.
Unless you're at Alabama, dude, they pay more there. I promise you that. But,
sure, probably.
But at Fresno State or San Jose, you're not getting paid.
A lot of D1s, you're still D1s, you're not getting paid that at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
So it's tough, but it's like it's good because like it comes down to who do you know, and I know from having 3 different staff, position staffs and everything. I know a lot of coaches, which is nice. And I'll use like, hey, can I use you for like a recommendation? And they're like, oh yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. So that's the good part about this is who do you know?
Right. So when you went from the GA role to, okay, there's other coaching opportunities out there. You coached different divisions.
Yep.
Tell me a little bit about like, okay, you had an NAIA gig.
Yep.
And then what? D3, D2?
No, I started at JUCO first.
JUCO. And then JUCO to NAIA.
To D2.
To D2.
Yeah.
Tell me the difference between NAIA to D2. Like what's the biggest?
Honestly, nothing.
So anything
the competition
on D1 up is pretty much
the competition with NAIA is because you can. So the difference with Division III, you can't offer scholarships, so it's hard to get kids like, yo, I want to play football for you. No, you don't. You don't get paid. There's no scholarship whatsoever.
It's just for fun.
It's just for fun. Like,
so you could be a dog and maybe get a shot, but like,
yeah, but it's
there's
tough.
stories. There's stories.
Yeah, it's tough. NAI, we can give you academic and athletic scholarship, but it's not a lot, but it's enough to like you're getting paid.
Right.
I remember I coached a kid. He like led the nation in all of college football in tackles, and he was a dog. And he could have played at Fresno State, but he was from Nebraska, and no one knows anybody. You're just in Nebraska. He could have maybe walked on to University of Nebraska, but it's just that. And then you go to Division II, and I was like, dude, I swear I saw better competition at where I was at before there. It's just Division II. There's all these different tiers and all this other stuff you have to do to offer kids. Right. And basically, it's when you recruit, you got like, hey, you do your research about the kid, academic-wise, and we figure out your scholarship. Like, hey, you're a 1, so you get this much money and also $5,000 for your whatever. Right. Or you're you're a tier 2 for us. You're not going to make enough, but hey, we can maybe find another deal. Oh, honestly, you're like, oh, do you live like a single parent or something like that?
It's different support out there.
Yeah. It's a lot. And it comes down to a lot. That's why Division I, though, but usually like, yo, here's a scholarship. Make sure you pass high school. Yeah. We got you, and that's it.
So recruiting, I mean, I didn't even think about it from the recruiting standpoint. That's hard because a lot of guys are wanting to go D1.
Yeah.
And then I feel like is recruiting guys D2 harder than recruiting guys NAIA almost?
Yes.
Because NAIA guys are like, I just want to play college ball.
I just want to play ball. And if you're good, dude, someone will pick you up.
You did.
You can go to D2 and then go up more, or go to like a small D1.
But D2's that's fucking tough.
Yeah. We had a kid when I was at the school, University of Mary in North Dakota. He was a safety for us. Absolute dog. He should never have been there. But like, he was just kind of undersized out of high school. Absolute. And then I think he like transferred to either Utah State or something, and he's a dude there. And I was like,
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, I was like, there's that guy. Like, we did our best. Like, hey, don't leave. But he was like, transfer portal.
Oh, I mean,
it was good.
Well, you can't be mad about that.
Yeah, it's absolutely. But for us, for like a coach, you're losing guys. It's not because now it's like, is it because of coaching or is it what? So you're always thinking like, oh, I'm not a good coach because guys are leaving.
Right.
Especially at a small, but it actually just comes down to they always want the opportunity to get more money.
Is NIL a factor now in D2?
Dude,
Does D2s have any NIL money?
it's hard. It's hard to find people.
What's a top 5 quarterback in D2 getting paid, do you think, for NIL?
Probably maybe $900 a month.
$100 a month.
No, 900. Maybe
900.
Maybe if you're a guy, like you're like, hey, this guy.
Grand a year is the highest paid dude. Probably in D2.
Yeah, but like the thing is, there's not to get people to sponsor you. Either they got
It's a mom and pop shop, probably, huh?
your parents are out there working for you too, and trying to like, hey, we're trying to get your name out there and everything. And it's tough, and unless you're born and raised from that area and you've been a
Hometown guy and you're all this and like.
so Carson Wentz lived in Bismarck, and that's the university. If say Carson Wentz went to University of Mary, dude, he would have had all the NILs in the world because he's from that area. They knew who he was, and they're like, we'll get you going. But instead, he went to North Dakota
State.
And they didn't have, I will say it was now, he probably will get the same amount, but if he went to UMary, Division II, he would have still gotten something, a lot, just enough.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's great.
So it has, with NIL becoming what it is, does that just, in the transfer portal being as crazy as it is, do you think JUCO is just going to kind of disintegrate then?
Kind of, I think so, because you can. Now you're just pushing.
Like it used to be, okay, let's say I go to Fresno State and I want to leave. Okay. Yeah. You used to go back to JUCO for a year and then go to another school. Yeah. Now it's like, I'm from Fresno State. I want to leave. I just go to the transfer portal and it's like open game. And you look at dudes from Fresno State, dude, a lot of dudes, I think every dude almost gets picked up, and a lot of dudes, I don't want to say level up because I don't think Texas Tech, for example, is a level up from Fresno State. That's just my biased example.
It's only because
it's my biased example.
It's a Power 5.
Okay, but I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like if you want to go from a Power 5 perspective, like there's guys who level up.
Yes,
and I think it is because they come from Fresno State, which is a well-respected program across all of college football. Yeah. So they must know, like, okay, this guy knows something. More than anything, there's a winning culture there, so they know there's that element as well. But it makes you think like how the overall dynamic of college football is going to continue to change and be adjusted, and like even go into this crazy ass spiral of things. And like I don't want them to get rid of the good parts.
Oh, dude, JUCO, because some of our best players that went from State came from JUCO. Like Taekwondo Glass, JUCO product, it was a dog for us. And like an absolute dude.
What was it called? Mount Sac.
Mount Sac,
college or shit.
Like he just like, and I that's a grind. Michael Walker, another JUCO guy, absolute dog. You know,
I can't believe Mike went that route.
Exactly. But like it's so now it just feels like JUCO's kind of slowly fading. And because now this is what I say is like, why would I take a 4-star recruit out of high school, or if I could just go to the portal and pick up a kid that's played for 2 years at your position?
It's tough because there is the element in college football where how many times have we seen it, and anybody who's played ball can attest to it. A lot of good dudes come in. There's stars. There's recruits. It's kind of one of the biggest gambles of recruiting is, can this guy handle the load?
Yeah. Like, so why do I take a high school kid who's 18, or I got a guy who's been the...
He knows what fall camp is. He knows what fucking winter workouts are about. Like
2 years of experience.
He knows the accountability side of things already. We know he's going to handle that. Like it's less risk.
So it's like that aspect's fading, and so the tiers are just slowly just going down now. Instead of it was a big deal to be a 5-star, 4-star. Is it really now? Because like, dog, I can get a 5-star guy that just played 1 year at Tennessee, wants to transfer over to East Carolina. I'll take that kid over a 5-star any day of the week.
I had 0 stars. I was half a star.
Half a star.
Okay, so like you played football in Texas, LA Travis.
Yeah.
Tell me through big dog high school football in Texas. What's it about?
It's about, well, of course, you see the movie Friday Night Lights, Frank.
So Friday Night Lights, how realistic is Friday Night Lights?
So when we played our rival, and that's Westlake.
Right.
That's where Drew Brees, Nick Foles, Sam Ehlinger, the dude, he's at Clemson right now, quarterback there. It's a big deal. Like so before we went up to divisions, we used to play at Texas. That was like UT. It was Westlake Travis. Everyone used to go down there. Like that was just like the big game first, couple weeks, and then we got moved up divisions, and now they're in the conference. And so when we would go out and play either their place or our place, it's a sold out crowd. People are selling.
How many people is at a stadium in high school football?
Depends on, I'm trying to make Westlake held a lot. Like it's just, if I could show you, if you Google it, you'd be like, oh well, you'd be like, this ain't no way.
What's the biggest? Allen's the biggest one right now.
I think Allen is, and I think there's one like in McKinney, Texas, that's also pretty big. Dude, it's just so much.
You say pretty big. It's like 15,000, 20,000, 30.
A little more, so like 20. Yeah,
A lot of people.
there's a lot of people for high school football. And no, but it's just like they shut down, dude. I remember people selling tickets when we would play for like $100, like for a high school game to see Baker Mayfield against whoever would play against Westlake.
Right.
People were just like, oh my God, it's high school football. Like I didn't understand until I got there, and I was like, oh, this is Texas high school football.
Right.
And so my coaches, I love them to death. I got to work for them for a year, and they prepared me for like how to watch film, how to lift weights, how to power clean. Like I remember going to what's his name? What's the old strength coach? We had 2, 3. What's his? Jose didn't. He was like, who? I was like, I could. And he was like, where you from? Your Texas. Oh, that makes sense. Like it's like, you know, he just knew because like, dude, it's like that's how we do it. We do a Olympic style lift. And they teach it like it's a college. Like that's why when it came to watching film, I was a little bit ahead of a lot of people because, like you said, I
didn't watch film.
I watched practice morning and after school film.
Yeah, we didn't. We just did
4 days a week, dude. Like they ran it like a college program.
Yeah, we got told if the defense ran like 1 high or 2 high, and I was like,
so no,
you either banging the post from the slot or are we going up the seam? Like which one?
Coach was like, yeah, we just got back from TCU running their 4.25, and I was like, okay, what's 4.25 mean? And they're like, we'll learn. And so I'm in my book every day.
Crazy, bro. Yeah. How was having Baker Mayfield be your high school quarterback?
Oh, dude, it was legit. Like I would say, when getting to play with him, I didn't know how good he was until I played with him. He came in he was not starting his sophomore year with a dude calling gas, went to SMU, he was Mr. Utility guy. Then he gets hurt. I think he like breaks the collarbone. Baker comes in, gets Westlake, and just rips it. Dude. I mean, like you know, they call Payman like the cowboy. He came in here just, dude, I mean, taking off, running, touchdowns, throwing it, slinging it like 300-something yards.
Sophomore? As a sophomore.
And so you're like, who's this guy? Like,
right.
And everyone's like, oh, he's too short, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to play. Next year, goes down, we win state against like Denton Ryan. It was a powerhouse back then. And I get to play with him. And when someone says, hey, defense get a stop, I'll get the ball, we'll run down and get a touchdown, and we'll score, we'll tie it, like I got you. You believed it. Because he did. Because he'd be like, I got you. I'm like, whatever, dude. Now he'd be like, all right, boom, check down, whatever. Throws a bomb down one of the strongest arms I've ever seen. And throw like a 65 easily, touchdown. I was like, oh, this guy's legit. Like I see why everyone like draws him. And he's just a leader.
Yeah.
And so as a kid, I'm like young, so I'm like following this guy everywhere I want to go because I want to be around talent. And the coolest thing he did once he graduated, he wore 11 in high school. And he was like, hey, man, I want you to wear 11. Like, it's a big deal. We used to, like, at Lake Travis, you pass down your numbers down to people that respected, like, earned it.
Yeah.
He gave me 11. I was like,
Baker gave you 11?
Yeah. And so I was like, holy shit. Like, shit. Fucking sick as fuck. I was like, all right, no. I was like, appreciate you, man. And so it's awesome to see him grow and overcome and just, like, watch his journey and do everything he's done.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I've always been a Baker guy. He's
one of us, dude.
Dude, I know.
That's why I love. Like,
I wanted. If I ever get Baker Mayfield to be on the pod, I'd want you to co-host it.
I would love to get him down, and he would, dude. If I can get,
dude, I'd fly us to him if he was like, yo,
either in Austin or in Tampa, dude.
Tampa, I'd be like,
say less.
Done. I've been to Tampa.
He's a good
nice.
He he's cocky, and it was always, that's what I'm like, dude, that's what made him good.
Confidence, bro.
Exactly. That's his confidence. You don't like him talking shit, then do something about it. Like, dude, hey, you gotta stop him somehow.
I'm not gonna stereotype them. Like, I love Baker, but like I don't know why today I was driving and sorry man, I got a huge swamp ass right now. So my balls fucking hurt.
Not ready to stand up right now.
Anyways, what I was getting at is I just saw like just this old school Johnny Manziel highlight tape, just to the Brain Stew song, where it's like that.
Frank. Speaking of Johnny Manziel,
And I'm like, bro, Johnny Manziel. I'll never forget, in this house at this studio, I was a junior in high school, had a great game. And for me in high school football, one of the best things was, and this is Fresno high school football, and any Fresno high school player can relate to this.
I love it.
You have a great game. You get the dub. You have a great game. You go to like In-N-Out or Denny's or some shit.
No, I got you.
And, maybe hang out with the chick. I don't know, whatever. But my mom and dad would always stay up for me. Because a lot of guys with, high schools that sometimes they want to go out later. I was like, hey, I'll go in and out with the team. But like, I'm fucking tired.
Oh, I want to go home.
I kicked, I returned, I was DB, I was fucking receiver. Anything you want at our little school, I didn't come off the field. So I was fucking tired, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
So, but I come home and my mom and dad always wait up for me. And the news station here would have Friday night highlights for like our area. So we'd come on, my mom would be like, it was cool to see if you made the highlight.
It is 100%.
It was cool to see if you made the highlight, and then it'd be cool to see on Saturday mornings. Yeah. My grandpa calls it, did you get any ink in the paper today?
Oh, I love it.
And it's like, you like a little ink in the paper. Like, you always want a little ink in the paper. Like, it's one thing, it's good to have a stat line, obviously. But, you get a little picture, yeah.
Performance out.
You're like, all right, little ink's always nice. But we wouldn't have film till like noon. Okay, they'd give us the morning, and I just remember like college game day. It's fucking Texas A&M against Alabama, and I'm just sitting here like, I like college football. I'm following it.
I loved it,
and I love that. Dun, 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 dun. Like I like all the chimes. And bro, just watching Johnny Manziel
just tear up Alabama.
I was like, what the fuck is this? This is the most electric person I've ever seen on a football field. I have to play college football.
Yeah.
I said, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a quarterback, but I love his swagger. Unmatched. Unmatched.
The funniest thing, we played Kerrville Tivy. That's what John knows. We put them twice. One there at their place, and one at home at Lake Travis. And so I was an 8th grader, then I was a freshman. And then we go out there, and I see Johnny Manziel, and just how his presence alone, dude, just it's unbelievable.
Swag.
And he was playing safety and quarterback and just lighting us up. I was like, who is the same thing when you saw him play at A&M was the same I saw him in high school. And I was like, who is this dude who is out here just fucking people up and everything? And I was like, dude, that's why I knew. I was like, high school football was so different. Johnny Manziel's this guy. And the crazy part was Matt Brown was trying to recruit his ass to play safety. And he was like, nah, I'm good. Like, I'm playing quarterback. Don't know where, but I'm playing quarterback. He goes to A&M because they offered him a lot. So, yeah.
In today's age of NIL with Johnny Manziel, I have no idea what would happen.
Dude, he even said, he goes, I would have been the richest guy out there.
Dude,
Reggie Bush.
I want to have Baker on the pod. I need Johnny Manziel.
Dude, absolutely.
Oh my God. I think we would be boys.
Dude, he's boys. He's a wild guy. And there's a quote I saw. He was like, the harder we booze, the better I played, or something like that.
No, it's the win or lose, we booze.
Oh yeah, win or lose. I was like, Josh.
No, but some of the stories I've heard is insane. I actually shout out to my boy Christian Hackenberg at Penn State alum, Mercury guy. He told me some. I'll let him tell him on the pod himself, but he had some experiences with Johnny, and I'm like, wow.
Okay.
Wow. But think about it, like how old was he when he won the Heisman? 18, 19?
Yeah, it was like 19 years old or something like that.
He won the fucking Heisman.
Yeah,
because you beat Bama, which at that point Bama was like, you don't.
Oh, you don't beat Bama.
You don't. That was top of their
Saban era too.
Exactly. Crazy about it.
Yeah,
I love it. I fucking love that shit. All right, James. What else do we got here? All right, we're both about to be dads.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So going from all right, we've had a good college run. We're married now, and we're about to have sons.
Yes. Sweet.
What's your let's just go with what are you most excited about being a dad? Obviously long term there's some big
long term, but
long term welcome grower to be a man, all this. But like, I'm talking like first 6 months when that kid's out. What are you like pumped for?
I'm so ready to come home from work to see my son.
Yeah.
That's, he's not doing much. I just want to just like hold the fella.
I know.
I'm so excited for that. I think it's super cool that it was obviously not planned that we all have sons like around the same time. They just
Couple
weeks, and George has his beautiful baby girl like a couple months before us. I was like, dude, like we have I can see us. We're gonna go like, hey, let's
kids are the same class,
yeah. But I'm so excited that like just the boys are back and we're starting our families.
Boys back.
And starting our families and like having our kids and stuff. Like I think it's awesome, and everyone's just like. Everyone's grown so much to be, and just everyone's here now.
Yeah, it is. It's
good feeling.
It's exciting. One thing I forgot to comment on. So Fresno State they have a great 4th of July tradition where you run the stadium at Fresno State. It's called Own Your House.
Mm-hmm. Shout out Andy Ward, dude.
Andy Ward. Very difficult task. A great send off to 4th of July. Your calves are feeling it. Your quads are feeling it the next day. What's your favorite, like, I bring it up hard workouts here.
Yeah.
I know we were kind of dabbled in this. What's the most fucked up workout you went through at Fresno State? Like, damn, mentally, I'm really against the wall here.
Shout out Tommy Starward for this one. It's Friday, and it's our conditioning day. And like we said earlier, like we could have a whole series. Like this could be a Netflix documentary.
We might tap into that.
And he, like you said, left knee down. So we're facing where we normally face when he comes in from like the hallway from the football office. And so we're waiting for him
in the locker room.
Yeah. And we're waiting for him sitting there. And we're like, dude, he's late. He's never late. Something's wrong. Like we're freaking out. Yeah. You hear the back door like open up.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
I remember this.
So we turn around and he's sweating profusely. Takes cap off, wiping it down, and he goes, "Hey, some of y'all noticed it came from the back." I was like, what the fuck? He's like,
Shane game a day.
Yeah. And he goes, hey, hey, officer, get it done. Defense, you better step up. I was like, damn, bro, okay. So we're running it's called like Chase the Rabbit or something like that. The conditioning test, not even a test, it was just conditioning. So he would position group, skilled, bigs, and then he has a rabbit guy to make up time. So we're crushing it. Like, right, dude, all right, bet. Third quarter, he goes, all right.
Third quarter is like third time doing this gasser.
And it's a lot.
You're dead, yeah.
And he picks the rabbit as he goes, Patrick Bellany and Jalil Carter are the rabbits. And we all look around like, are you serious right now? It's like we're
absolute liabilities. Freshman liabilities.
Love them to death, great guys, but dude, liabilities when it comes to conditioning.
Out of shape big boys that were liabilities.
And so he's like, all right, skilled, y'all need to make up the time. And so they're hauling big seals. We're trying to like give up time. No, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what happens, dude. Then the next guy he picks, I don't know. We're all gassed because we just try to do what we could to make up their time. And so if you missed a quarter, you had like 50 up downs a quarter. So we had 150 up downs or something like that. And I'll never forget Nick Christophers. We were doing up downs, and he's just violently throwing up next to me. And just up down, and it comes up. I'm like, dude, stop. And he goes, don't move. Don't you move. You stay where you're at. I'm like, are you for real? And so that was when I knew I was like, this guy is a little crazy, but that was probably one of the craziest workouts I ever did.
There will be a Netflix documentary, my truth.
James, I'm telling you, man.
This has been fun. I appreciate you coming on.
We do.
James is in town now. He'll be more regular on Bring the Juice. This week, be sure to get your piss hot, stay fired up, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, buy some merch. Check out the Juice Golf. Check out the YouTube page, man. The YouTube's been popping off. We got some big things of growth. If you're not signed up for the dodgeball tournament yet, do it now. We only have a few teams left remaining. Win that $1,500. It's going to be absolutely incredible. If you're not wanting to play dodgeball and win those $1,500, come out, have a brewski. Go get a Wahoo's Yummy Gummy. Have a Mad Duck Buffalo Chicken Dip. Like, find out what you want from the Campus Point area at the Bring the Juice Dodgeball Tournament. But we're going to be there. We're going to be rowdy. We'll see you next week.
Peace.